Alright, today I'm gonna tell you about Adjuster Guardians. Basically, the Adjuster Guardians were kind of made by the Unseelie back in Fairyland's kind of brutal past, where it wasn't very uncommon for fairies to kind of think of themselves kind of highly, especially since the Unseelie were basically made up by Karens via telepomancy because they thought, it was a good way to teach people morals, and a lot of those were kind of very messed up, which is why the Adjuster Guardians were basically made, because the Unseelie would kind of throw people into dangerous situations as part of a way to quote unquote test their character or their manhood or whatever. And usually in them, no matter what, they were always going to punish them and curse them, no matter what they decided on, no matter what the person thrown into it was decided on. So they were basically used to basically punish people for very minor things, basically, such as having birthday parties or whatever, or if they were a little fear, or basically more minor things, really. And Adjuster Guardians were kind of, very brutal and effective at doing so, since they're highly resistant to most magic art most elemental types from magic arts, and they're highly resistant to physical damage. Yeah, although those kind of things kind of, fell out of favor, after the war had ended, and Queen Mab kind of bit the big one, and the Unseelie back then were kind of disbanded, and Titania kind of took over and kind of decommissioned a lot of them, at least as best she could. She didn't quite get all of them though, so some of them are kind of dormant, and some of them are a little still active in there. And they've kind of taken over some of the Goddess of Creation's trials, and kind of took advantage of some of the restrictions on the trial, such as people can't go in there without using weapons or magic arts. And they've kind of made them a little dangerous, unfortunately. And the reason why the Goddess of Creation and their guardians can't really do anything is because the goddess kind of died, back when Red Moon kind of stole the world canvases, and the Guardians kind of, suffered heavy casualties, and a lot of them kind of also have restrictions on their abilities as well, because they are really, really powerful. Unfortunately, their power can kind of, cause drastic effects in reality if they ever, try to use their form powers physically in the world, which is kind of why they kind of want other people to, kind of do the things that they can't really do, unfortunately, which is part of the reason why I was trained by Luna to basically do things. mm. Yeah, basically the Adjuster Guardians themselves, they look kind of like decayed, kind of heavily broken, angelic looking statues that are kind of armed with big stone rulers with big old slashing edges on them. Yeah. I mean, of course they're armed with rulers. It's just like whenever a psychotic teacher tries to kill you when you're trying to collect notebooks. Hmm. Only if you're too slow to, try and solve the trials, or you do anything that, kind of, or you do anything wrong in the Guardian's and knows, Adjuster Guardian's eyes, they kind of move in to try and attack you until you actually do it. In which case they'll go dormant again. And you can't, and due to the restrictions in the trials, you can't really fight them until the very end of the trial. In which case, you can defeat them, but it takes certain special arts to do it, though. Which is why most people opt to, disable them, since they are animated by golem magic. Which, if you know golem magic, they have this little spell thing that, basically says that they're alive, and you can kind of alter it to basically say that they're dead. Basically. That's kind of how golem magic works in the lore. Anyway, I'll see you later. Remember to play games and have fun, okay? Bye-bye now.